Good evening, everybody. Surprise episode. I am that middle-aged white guy that wears Snuggies. I am Mr. First Down. And with me is this guy right here. He's a city unto himself, and he's full of takes that are piping hot. Hot potato, but he can handle it with his hands and it doesn't burn. He is indeed Hot Take City. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Good. So I guess I will go ahead and get this out of the way. How angry are you about the hire that the Giants did? Oh, I'm sorry. That's usually what we talk about. I apologize. How do we feel? How are we feeling about this hire? How's everything going?
So, listen, he's had his problems. He's had Lamar as his quarterback for the last few years now, right? And he's never gotten past or over that hump that everyone talks about. But I don't think it was, wins or losses are more on the coaches than the quarterbacks. So understandable, he's lost, quite a few playoff games. But also to think about it, there was a couple plays in the previous years of playoffs where, Mark Andrews dropped a 2-point conversion.
Sure.
Zay Flowers fumbles the ball. So there's been quite a few plays that, dictated his playoff with the team that he had. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to win the Super Bowl, obviously, but what we've had since Coughlin has left and over the years of what we've dealt with since Coughlin and Eli Manning, this, in my eyes, even if we do go 8-10 or, 9-9 or what, whatever we could possibly be, and, we have a chance to compete with the division, then it's a successful year for Giants fans as of now.
Absolutely. To me, you had to have this hire. Like there was no choice. There was no other realm of explanation. They pushed their chips in, and as they should totally do that. Thank you, Bruce, for reposting this team. CJ, why do you hurt me? All I do is love you, and you hurt me with more Jason Garrett talk. I don't want to talk about the clapper. The clapper is not coming here. Thank God it's Robert Saleh. As we're talking about our coaches, I'm okay with Saleh. It's not the best, but it's not Matt Nagy, which it certainly felt like it was going to be Matt Nagy there for weeks. And some people would say it was going to be Nagy until Bob Saleh came in there and shook things up. And maybe that is the case, but I think it more likely after reading MMQB and all these things that Saleh singled out Tennessee as a place he wanted to be because of cap space and everything else. And he went from a virtual interview to a in-person interview like nothing.
Well, the thing about Saleh is I think he could be a very good coach, right? Now, it's different in your situation with a second-year quarterback not having an okay first rookie year.
Right.
But that doesn't all fall back on him. It falls back on the coaching. It falls back on the team around him. I mean, think about it. Outside, okay, even if you consider Pollard, Spears, I'll give you, and Ridley, okay, those three players on your offense, not a superstar, but like, a well-talented player for your team, they're still outside of the top 25 of their positions.
Right.
So, you really didn't give this kid much help to try to succeed in his rookie year. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's one reason Ridley's going to be gone next year. And I like Pollard, but he's going to be gone next year. L'Jarius Sneed has been absolutely awful. We couldn't count on him for anything. He's going to be gone.
Your offensive line is complete in shambles.
Oh yeah. No, I mean they got a little better, but a little better ain't going to cut it. The only one I felt like Latham got better after the bye week, and Skronsky has always been good. So it's hard for me to be like, like, hey, look, I'm the one good offensive lineman that you have. Yay, and it's my
Yeah.
left guard, not even my center. So yeah, no, they look, they have a lot of work to do. But I know when they cut, when they cut Sneed and they cut Ridley and they cut Pollard, you will have $130 something million in cap space. So even more. So I don't know who's going to come in free agency or anything like that, but it's definitely something they could look at. My guess with Saleh is that he's got some people in mind that he would like to sign. And all the other things like that. He's going to go two-tone. I'm not worried about that. He's one of those before June 1st cuts. So Saleh will get better free agents than Nagy would have. Ain't that the truth, Goose? Ain't that the truth? So we're happy about our new coaches. Both of us here, just chilling, making it happen. Hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm a captain. You hear that hot take? I'm a captain. It's a leadership position that I have. I have a chance to take the vision every year, and even though it happens against the man, oh Lord, yeah, no, for sure. So the draft is approaching amazingly. Whatever else, who you drafted? You have anybody in mind, or a position if it's not a name?
I'm looking at two positions. Highly more on one than the other. Mm-hmm. Looking at really honestly CB more than wide receiver.
Okay.
And the talk is around Caleb Downs and the hype is around Caleb Downs and Caleb Downs this and Caleb Downs that. So you know how they are when they start hyping up a player.
I instantly get nervous.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to trading back as well.
Right.
If, the opportunity was there.
I'm not opposed to it either, where I'm at. And you can get more pieces by trading back. It's just a known fact as it is, and still get solid players down the line. That's where I'm leaning as well. I'm curious with Saleh if they try something different here, as opposed to if they weren't going to trade out or anything like that. Downs is really intriguing. He's one of the ones that I really like. I'm not really sold on Bain, mainly because what we talked about, like he's getting heavy push, and believe it or not, short arms are a thing, and not everybody is about them. Reese is a very solid player, he looks like, but I don't know if he's like, solid players are not just going to be the guys that start. They're going to be depth players too. And you can't have a depth player when you're picking number 4 in the draft. You got to get somebody that's going to get in there and help you out. So to me, I'm okay with trading out. I think stocking up on things is a smart move. So Harbaugh walks in. The contract took a little longer than we thought. You wanted your GM gone as much as everybody else did, right?
Listen, you bring in a coach like Harbaugh,
yeah,
and he tells you, listen, I'll only sign the contract if you fire the GM, and you give me all not rights, but you give me all power to do what I got to do with this team. I'm firing the GM. It's just that simple.
Right.
I mean, there's talks of him wanting to bring in his old OC from Baltimore.
Todd Monken.
Yep. And then there's talks about him wanting to bring there's connection between him and the Dolphins DC about bringing him in. Honestly, though, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't have a problem if Harbaugh pick up the phone and call Wink Martindale to bring him back as our DC. I would not have a problem with that. They have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They have, great ties in Baltimore. Wink does know majority of that defense already.
Right.
And in the last 5 years, while Wink was there, those 2 years, our defense, did give up a lot of big plays, but, we were seeing a lot more rushing, a lot more men, man-on-man coverage. And if they expect to go draft CB heavy and safety heavy in this draft, then, with the top players that you're going to draft, it wouldn't be a problem with that, blitzing all the time, running that man-on-man defense. So
I get you.
let's see.
What do you make of? Because this is a crazy time. We both knew that we would be in the coaching tree pretty early. After the coaches were fired or whatever. But to have 10 total openings this year is absolutely crazy in the NFL. Do you think there's are people just getting fed up? Because I never expected Tomlin to step down. I never expected Harbaugh to get canned. I never expected McDermott to get shipped off. I had suspicions, but I don't think anybody really was like, yeah, he's going to get kicked out. You know what I mean? What do you think is going on here around the NFL?
So teams want to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teams want to compete for a playoff spot. And teams that make it to the playoffs are tired of losing in the same position that they've lost in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like the McDermott situation, right?
That was out of nowhere. I was like, wow, okay.
I think personally they needed to fire the GM more than McDermott.
Yeah, I think if you were going to fire everybody, you go ahead and pull the Atlanta in Buffalo and just rip it out to the stud.
Exactly. Think about it, right? Since Josh Allen became Josh Allen, he's only had one real superstar at wide receiver in Stephon Diggs. He's never had a wide receiver, like a top 10 wide receiver. They've never drafted, a superstar wide receiver. Now, Keenan Coleman, he has came along, from his first year and stuff like that. I'm not telling you no, but he's not like a,
he's not a true number one.
No, he's not a Marvin. He's not a Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's not a BTJ. I know BTJ did have a down year, but
right.
BTJ, I would still take BTJ over Coleman any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Even Ladd McConkey, he had another down year, but Ladd McConkey was also playing behind Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnson. So, those you don't make that move unless you're going to clean house completely.
Right. Take it all down.
So you if you're going to do it, you take it all down. You take it from the GM all the way down to the coach, to the assistants, and you just start fresh.
Yeah.
I agree. The year that they got rid of Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen had the most touchdowns, rushing, passing, because he was able to spread the ball around. So, that was a good year for him. But, all they did was stack the box and play man-on-man coverage because they didn't have no outside threat.
Right. Yeah. No, it's true. And I also don't think you make this move without consulting your quarterback either. I fully believe that Lamar hand to get Harbaugh out of Baltimore. I don't think they made that move without telling anybody. I think the same thing for the Bills. And we'll see how that all plays out or whatnot. I'm a little antsy about it. It's okay. So we have all these openings, and then we have all these openings for offensive coordinator, which I find really funny. So who's the next one to be banished to the nether realm in Cleveland, Ohio?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, listen, there's 3 franchises that if you gave me $1 billion, I don't think I'd be able to coach.
Woo, man.
I mean,
harsh.
And I'm not saying because of the team or the players or the owners. It's just there's 3 franchises that's just been cursed year in, year out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking the Browns, the Raiders, and I love you, bud, but Tennessee's right there too, because it's not in a bad way. I mean, y'all had star players, y'all have had players that have done well for your franchises. It's just that for some reason you do one good year and then you have 10 bad years. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, they have had 10 bad years.
Well, yeah, you're
I'm
just
on
starting.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just,
I
you know what
hit
I mean?
4 this year, which stinks. But I hope it's not 10 bad years. Lord have mercy. I don't think I would survive that, especially with a new stadium coming open next season. That would stink. But yeah, we have to, that's what you don't want to be. We have to figure it out. But anyway, we move on to the next section here. Do you think Brian Daboll is the next coach of the Buffalo Bills?
No.
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 You don't feel it? He instantly got mentioned like that.
So, yes, he does have ties to Buffalo, but,
Mhm.
Me and you've talked about this
Right.
multiple times, right?
Mhm.
And we both agree that he would be a better OC than a head coach. And I'm not saying that he's a bad head coach. I just think he needs more than what you would what you need. And what I mean by that is he needs a team that's like ready to go and fully ready to go for the playoffs. Like he can't work. I don't think he's able to build a team. That's what I'm looking for.
Right. No, I get you. Yeah, it's interesting. He's kind of one of my favorites to get the OC job here. I just don't know if it's going to happen. Mike McDaniel today looks like he's going to the Chargers, which I find intriguing. I'm like, hey, you guys need to get far away from Greg Roman as you can. And boy, did you do it with McDaniels. So, these openings just all coming open is just absolutely crazy. Baltimore has to be like numero uno, right? As far as like desirability. Maybe Pittsburgh, but I would think player wise don't you think that Baltimore would be the one to do it?
I could see Baltimore doing it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think they're kind of like the most desirable place. Pittsburgh is interesting. I think Brian Flores going
Pittsburgh
there
needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. That whole offense is just in shambles right now. Like we don't know if Rodgers coming back. We don't know if, they're not hiring from within. They're looking completely out. I mean, Steelers has had four coaches in what, over 30 years, 40 years?
Yep. Yeah. Beautiful bastards, some beautiful bearded bastards, I should say. Baltimore should have given Harbaugh another year or two, maybe. It's a little nutty to me. I always kind of like, geez, guys, I would kill to be where you are. You know what I mean? And people needing things like that and everything. So we move on though. We are approaching a Super Bowl, and we've got 3 games left. So who's winning against the Seahawks and the Rams?
So I love doing the conspiracy on this, right?
Oh, I love this. All right. Yeah.
So we got the
Super Bowl. Did you say conspiracy? I had to sit up.
So we got the Super Bowl logo, right?
Yeah.
And we know the colors of the Super Bowl logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
The colors are pointing all to a Rams and Patriots matchup.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If we look back at 2017, 16, when was the Jaguars in the AFC Championship?
1999.
No, man. Recently with Blake Bortles.
2017. I'm sorry.
2017. Okay, so back in 2017, we had Blake Bortles, Tom Brady, Case Keenum, and Nick Foles. That was the year that Nick Foles came in for Carson Wentz and won the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
So here we are again, 2026. We got Stidham coming in for Bo Nix. And we got Matt Stafford being your old head with a Super Bowl ring under his belt. Then you got Sam Darnold as your number 1 seed, like the Vikings were. And then you got Drake May that's only lost 3 games, as a, couple year old quarterback like Blake Bortles. So in my eyes, forget about the Super Bowl logo. I think it's a repeat of 2017 where you got the backup versus the old head and the backup ends up winning.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
that would be really, really interesting. So I
got the Rams versus Broncos. Yeah.
Man, I love this because
I think the Broncos defense is no match, right? And obviously their offense is going to suffer a little bit, but there's a reason why he's the backup. I'm not saying he's as good as Bo Nix, but there's a reason why he is the backup, right?
And Sean Payton's no dummy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look who the coach is.
Right.
I mean, is this his second year with them or first year?
I think it's his second.
Okay, so second year with this team, and they're in the AFC Championship. Sean Payton, he knows exactly what he needs to do, how to control this game. You're going to see a lot of running, a lot of handoffs, a lot of short, quick passes. You're going to see a lot of time off the clock. The possession on offense for the Broncos is going to be double the amount of the Patriots because of how Sean Payton is going to coach this game.
Okay. I'm about this. I mean, like Drake May does lead the league in like fumbles, right? Like he's got a nasty habit of fumbling the ball, and I think they are very fortunate to go against CJ Stroud in Houston. Because can you see any, like, all you have to do is like manage the football game, and it didn't happen for Houston, and it just comes down to who made the less mistakes at the end of the day. And it was the New England Patriots. So if Stidham wins this game, oh my gosh, the storyline is going to be crazy. And I guarantee you somebody's going to put way too much money on it on Vegas and make a ton of cash if he wins.
Here's my thing, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Sam Darnold ghost yet, right?
No.
I think this is the game where he starts to see the squiggly lines like you're playing Madden.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have to against the 49ers, right? Because all he had to do was run Walker, and Walker
had 3 touchdowns.
Crazy. Yeah, he didn't even need to see ghosts because he's like, here you go.
All credit due to the Niners, though. The amount of injuries they dealt with all year and to make it as far as they did.
Incredible.
Okay.
That's one reason we hired Saleh,
I mean, I have to give him respect. I mean, and everybody was like, oh, we want to fire Kyle, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, guys, he's taking you to the playoffs every year, no matter what his team has looked like, whether it's with injuries. I mean, last year they had a whole different wide receiver core. This year they had janitors from San Francisco playing wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, they're signing wide receivers mid-season just to fill in roster spots. And y'all still went to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Against somebody that you share a division with.
Yeah.
Which is not easy.
And you already beat them once in the regular season.
Yep. 100%. I think so. Yeah, I think it's incredible what the Seahawks have done, especially that game, against the 49ers in the regular season. I mean, we talk about like somebody that was absolutely prepared. The Seahawks were absolutely prepared for the 49ers. Oh, yeah,
they were.
Dominating performance, but I didn't think it was going to happen again, and then it happened again in the playoffs. And I'm like, man, they have got their number.
Listen, we've talked about it on my show all the time, right?
Yeah.
How do you stop a team with 1 or 2 weapons? You close them out, right? They closed out CMC. That offense couldn't really do much.
Right.
If they let CMC run wild, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right. I think just I just find it interesting because I keep hearing, we always hear the overused term, right? Offensive guru or whatnot. And I would expect an offensive guru to say, well, I can't get, the guy you just talked about, not McCarthy. Who's the running back that you just talked about?
CMC.
49. Yeah, CMC. So he said, like, I expect an offensive guru to think of something else on the fly or adapt. And if you're not adapting, I'm just kind of like, what kind of guru are we talking about here? It's either that or the injuries just kind of fell flat and they had nobody else to turn to. But yeah, I don't think he should be fired. I can understand it wears thin after a while. It obviously it was a brain fart, beautiful bearded bastards. I couldn't think of his name all of a sudden. It went, I don't know what happened. Leave me alone. I'm tired. I have my Snuggie on. It's time for sleeps. All that good stuff. But yeah, I'm curious what moves they start making next year. They have did you see their free agency list? Guys becoming free agents. Yeah. I mean, it was like a freaking receipt that you get from like gas stations out of the machine. Like it just kept going and going and going. They didn't even have a coupon at the end of it. Like it's just completely crap. So they've got to make a lot of decisions there about what they want to do and whatnot. One of them has to be getting more weapons for Brock Purdy. So I'm sorry, beautiful. You're right. Christian McCaffrey. I know. I'm sorry. I botched it. Okay. I'm tired. Leave me alone. I'm tired, boss. So I think we move on to the next here. Man, the Rams going against the Seahawks. It's intriguing to me because I feel like the Seahawks will be ready to some degree, but I just can't count out Stafford. I can't do it. I've just seen him do some incredible things. And we all know if Stafford is on, he can throw in the triple coverage and hit the wide receiver like it's nothing. If he is absolutely on fire, he cannot be stopped. It's like old Aaron Rodgers back in the day. That's right, John Coffey. Yeah.
Well, let's look at this right quick. You ready? I love looking at the odds.
Mm-hmm.
So Rams, Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got the Hawks winning 54%.
Right.
Where's it? Oh, it's right here. The over under is 47 and the Seahawks by 2.5. So they're pretty much just got the home field advantage with 3 points.
Whew.
That's pretty much what they're saying.
Okay.
It opened at 1.5.
Right.
And now it's at 2.5.
Tight game. Very tight. 2 is still in that differential too, where they can't really tell who's going to take it.
Well, you got a very well offense on both sides and a very well defense on both sides.
Does it come down to which quarterback you trust more?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair. I'm writing Stafford all the way. I had it in my head preseason. I got to stick with it. I lost half of it because I had the Bills and Rams.
And I know they always say playoffs don't determine who wins MVP, right? Which we know it's not true. It does determine just a little bit.
It does.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If Stafford wins this game, he wins MVP and he'll win Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, 100%. And then I say he retires at the end of the year too. I think he hangs it up. I think he's
unless only one way he doesn't retire. If McVay can convince him to stay one more year so they can draft a quarterback that they can sit behind him.
Man.
I mean, he's going into 18 seasons. Like if he plays next year, it would be his 18th season.
Oh man. I just all the quarterbacks are disappearing right in front of me. It's like Thanos has snapped his fingers. I've lost.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to trade up and snag a quarterback.
Like that. No, I know that.
I mean, you have a couple quarterbacks. Listen, you have what's his name, Malik Willis, right? Isn't it his name from the Packers?
Yeah,
that could potentially be a starter. We all know Kyle Murray's gone.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So he could be a potential starter somewhere else. Like look what Daniel Jones did with the Colts right before he got injured. He left the Giants looking like complete garbage and then went to the Colts and looked like a whole new version. So everyone needs a fresh start. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So there's potential there, with those two. There's potential, with other quarterbacks that are not part of that team. I mean, how much longer do we think Josh Allen is going to be on the Bills? They can't get over that hump. I mean,
Good question.
You want to think about that? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. No,
You understand what I'm saying? So there's always potential of anyone coming in. I mean, if he does retire and, they want to take a chance, why not give up the next 3 first-round picks for a decent quarterback to try to bring him in and win another Super Bowl?
Yeah. Les Snead is a wheeler and dealer. He always has been.
I mean, they did that with Stafford and with the Lions, and they ended up winning a Super Bowl.
Paid off big. Yeah.
I mean, I think it paid off. I think that was like one of the most fairest trades possible. The Lions got completely better, and the Rams won their Super Bowl they wanted to win.
Yeah. Where do you see Malik Willis going? I have him in a Cardinals jersey next year in my head.
Everybody's been saying that. Everybody's been saying he's going to the Cardinals. I don't know, honestly. I personally don't know where he's going.
I would have said Raiders, but I feel like Mendoza, they have to kind of start him to go ahead and get him ready.
I mean, I could see potentially – I think Russ is gone. I could see Russ being a bridge quarterback for some teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think they keep Winston as the backup, obviously.
America's sweetheart, baby.
But I could see Wilson being a bridge quarterback for some teams, because this quarterback draft is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
You have Mendoza, but, next year's quarterback draft is going to be a lot better.
Yeah. 100% true. All right. Well, we have hit the 30-minute mark. Hot take. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Love talking ball with you. Love talking about our coaches. When are we getting, I guess one more question. When are we getting Sports Podium back?
Been so busy with life, man.
I know.
I'm trying.
I want it so bad. I miss my friends. I'm so lonely. Oh, howdy, Griff. How you doing, bud? Okay, you can catch Hot Takes Twitter. But words are hard. You can catch Hot Take City on Twitter at Hot Take City, where he is a terrific follow and everything else. Hot Take, is there anything else you like to announce or anything like that, or
no.
how much you love me? And
I love you, bud.
All right. You hear that, Dad? You pay attention. Anyway, you can catch me at Fanboys Unleashed. You please like and subscribe to Hot Take City. Please like and subscribe to Fanboys Unleashed on YouTube. Follow me at Mr. First Down on Twitter. We'll talk some more football here in the coming months to get us through the off season together. We have the draft in April. We're under 100 days. I've already booked my hotel. I paid way too much for it in Pittsburgh. And we are going to have a great time. And you can always count on Fanboys Unleashed to get you through the off season, talking NFL football all year round. It is glorious. We will see you at the next episode of Fanboys Unleashed. For Hot Take City, I am Mr. First Down. Have a wonderful night, everybody.